Davidson College is committed to creating and maintaining an environment that is free of sexual misconduct, stalking, and relationship abuse and violence, and that ordinates a healthy spirit of responsibility, dignity, and respect in matters of sexual conduct and interpersonal relationships. The college does not condone and will not tolerate sexual misconduct, stalking, or relationship abuse or violence.
Introduce myself? Yeah. Alright. I'm Erin. So I'm a junior now, but my story starts back the first week of the second semester of my freshman year.
After the night of October 15th. These are the things that used to scare me. Monsters, under the bed or in the closet. Open windows. The crackling of campfires at night. The sound of the owl in the forest. My mother calling my name from inside the belly of our house.
A couple of girls on my hall and I decided we would do a week of champions. So we went out every night, and this is where my memory starts to get fuzzy. But how I ended up talking to the senior guy who lived there told me, "Oh, you don't have to go." So I stayed. Next thing I remember is waking up naked in his bed.
These are the things that scare me now. Monsters, the ones I sit next to in class. Locked doors. Lies that spread like wildfire. The sound of the vulture. And the moment my mother finds out, she does not know what to call me anymore.
Non-consensual sexual penetration is defined as any sexual penetration, no matter how slight, of the vagina or anus with any body part or object, or oral penetration by a sex organ of another person without consent.
Things came back to me in the morning. One was just a flash of memory of him inside me, and I remember in the moment I was so confused because I didn't know how I had gotten there.
Undictionary definitions. Body. My body is a map from the glove compartment of an old blue Honda. My legs are the stars. Trace the constellations on my glowing scars from when I fell off my bike and skinned my knees. I bled for days before fresh tissue scabbed the wounds. I read somewhere that scar tissue is stronger than regular flesh. Maybe that's where I get my thick skin.
Flash of memory I have, see the other memory I have. What happened was his body just crushing mine and him whispering in my ear, "Are you going to come?" was just appalled that he had said that to me. I woke up and I look over and he's there next to me.
Preponderance of evidence. The Sexual Misconduct Board considers the greater weight of the credible evidence to determine whether a policy violation occurred. This standard, referred to as the preponderance of the evidence, means the board, after considering all the evidence, must find that it is most likely than not that the alleged violation occurred.
I sat down in their room one day and I told them what happened. And I told them that I was raped. I was gonna have to own up to what he did, and I was gonna make him be punished for that, because what he did was wrong. I was almost on trial too, is what it felt like. Later they decided he was responsible.
List of sanctions. Possible sanctions include apology, oral or written apologies to person or groups upon whose rights the respondent may have infringed. Social probation, exclusion from participation in privilege or extracurricular activities for a period not exceeding 1 year. Suspension for a definite period of time, exclusion from classes and other privilege of activities.
He decided it would be appropriate for him to complete 10 hours of counseling, in addition to not being allowed at Patterson Court parties for the rest of the semester.
Responsibility. According to Hammurabi's code, if a man was caught stealing, the proper punishment was to cut off his hand. I wonder what Hammurabi would have taken from him when he was found responsible. The college banned him from his fraternity house for the rest of the semester, but he went there anyway. Someone told me once, it's not right to ruin the lives of a young man with a bright future just graduating college. I wonder what they would say to me now.
After they gave me their decision about his sanctioning, I felt really betrayed for a while by Davidson, because I felt like I was going to a school where, integrity and ethics and everything were so important, and yet to me their decision just seemed completely at odds with that idea. And at the end of the year, Susanna published her article about her experience with rape at Davidson, and I just remember thinking, this sounds really familiar.
Healing. I heard once, after devastation of the land, tumbleweed is the first green to start growing again. Each morning in the mirror, I search for tumbleweed on my lips, my stomach, and between my legs, because this is my body.
And it felt so peaceful to finally be able to say what happened and name it.